Welcome to Tone Deaf, a theater nerd's guide for their musically challenged spouse. I'm Kay, a musical theater nerd.
And I'm Warren. I'm creating a username.
Yes, Warren is getting ready to test his knowledge of black theater through what we studied this year. And we are doing it through Kahoot, because this is the easiest way to set up a quiz for me, because teaching and stuff.
Apparently my username was too big, and so it cut it off.
Warren the Unku.
Yes, I am the Unku.
Alright, so.
I am no longer the uncultured. I am simply Unku.
So are you ready?
As ready as I will ever be.
So
now here's the real question. Are you ready for me to fail spectacularly? And here's the other question. Will you still love me afterwards?
I will still love you. I don't think you'll fail this. I think you'll be fine.
Oh, everybody listening, please take bets. Like internally, just listen to your heart.
All right, so the questions that we have, we've got 38 questions. I've already told Warren that 4 of them are some throwaways that I just had to use for formatting our show. But so you've got 4 freebies
Yeah.
that way. But there's still 38 questions.
I'm going to get 4 of them right. Because
You're going to get more than 4 right.
It's impossible to ruin those 4. See, guys, Kay is stacking the deck.
Unless you figure out a way to create an answer. So, I gave you 60 seconds so you can deliberate out loud as much as you want. You're not playing against anyone, so no need to rush the buzzer. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's begin. So, our first question is... This form of African ritual performance uses large masquerades that symbolize the ancestors. Is it Galede, Ashanti, Egungun, or Voodoo?
I know it's either Galede or Egungun, and I don't remember which one is which. So I got a 50% chance. Okay, so the question, which form of African ritual performance uses large masquerades that symbolize the ancestors?
30 seconds.
Because it was the large masquerades and it was like the pieces of different cloth, because it was symbolizing the people who went to ask not the spirit, but like, shoot.
16, 15, 14, 13,
you don't have to do it like that. Okay, a gungun. Hey!
Good job, babe.
I had a 50% chance and I got it right.
Awesome. All right, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Let's get your leaderboard. 585 points.
Uncontested.
This theater was the first black-run theater in America. Was it the Cotton Club, the African Grove Theater, the Bohemian Grove, or Dahomey?
I think it was the African Grove Theater. Hey!
Good job, babe. See? You know more than you thought you did.
Hey, we both know that I might start out strong, but the finish is a little up in the air. So. All
right. Warren has 1620 points. 1,620.
Wow. I'm not competing against anybody, so the points don't matter.
You're competing against yourself. All right. So, this black actor got his start at the African Grove Theater and went on to tour Europe and Russia performing Shakespeare. Was it James Hewlett, William Alexander Brown, William Wells Brown, or Ira Aldridge?
I want to say it was Ira Aldridge.
Good job.
Look at me.
Go Warren.
See when I'm given multiple choice, you know.
Shoot. All right. This black dancer is considered the father of tap. Bill Bojangles Robinson, Ananias Brown, William Master Juba Henry Lane, or Gregory Hines.
That was Master Juba.
Good job. See, you're getting this.
But it's because it's in multiple choice. If you were just who did this, I would be
So how are you feeling so far in this test?
I have nowhere to go but down.
Well, so far you have 3,965 points.
Again, the points are arbitrary because I'm not competing against anybody.
You're competing against yourself and your expectations.
God, I love you.
I love you.
You're so good to me.
This black actor was famous for his one-man performances of Shakespearean characters. Was it James Hewlett, Ira Aldridge, Bill Bojangles Robinson, or Burt Williams?
I feel like this is Ira Aldridge because he was doing these.
I do have a picture.
Oh, well.
James Hewlett is the answer.
James Hewlett. See, I told you I got nowhere to go but down.
However, Ira Aldridge did study under James Hewlett, so you've got that. So
well,
you were in the right ballpark. You're in the right ballpark. Different team. Well, not different team. Different league. One was a little leaguer. One was
neither one of us is sports fans.
No.
So these analogies.
No, they're not working out, are they?
These analogies are not going to be a touchdown. They will instead be a hole in the strike. Striking for the fences. It'll be a fast puck.
Oh no! All right, babe. Are you ready for the next one? All right. William Wells Brown was an abolitionist who wrote this 1850s play. Was it The Black Doctor, Escape or A Leap for Freedom, Uncle Tom's Cabin, or In Dahomey?
Well, I think it was Escape or Leap for Freedom.
Yay. Good job. Yes.
I'm gonna wet my whistle.
No worries. You can wet your whistle. I'm gonna wet mine. All right. Still, so far you've only answered one incorrectly, so we're good. We're good. All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Ruth Ada Gaines Shelton created which theatrical genre? The Uncle Tom Show, the Tragic Mulatta, church fight plays, or burlesque?
Oh, Ruth Ada Gaines. I remember her, and she had a cool name, and if I remember correctly, she was the one who that turned out to be gay, or be a lesbian, I think. And Tragic Mulatta is not
30 seconds.
Technically correct, because I think that's a subset of the Tragic Mulatto genre. I think it's burlesque, because I'm gonna go with burlesque. Incorrect.
It was the church fight plays.
The church fight.
Yeah, Ruth Ada Gaines Shelton created the church fight plays with her play, Church Fight.
Which was hilarious.
Hilarious.
And I enjoyed it.
I think you were thinking of a different female playwright.
Probably.
All right, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. Star of Ethiopia is considered which type of performance art? Musical, burlesque, straight play, or pageant?
I do know this one, because it surprised me. It is a pageant.
Good job, babe. It is indeed a pageant. All right. You're up to 57.79.
Whoop.
Go, Warren. All right, babe. What was the first full-length musical by Black Americans to be performed in a Broadway house? Was it In Dahomey, Cabin in the Sky, Clarindy, or Harlem is Heaven?
I think it was In Dahomey.
Good job. Good job. Yes, it was indeed In Dahomey. And I had an awesome picture there of Will Marion Cook with his amazing mustache.
Yeah, In Dahomey was the one that we went through and we watched and listened to just parts because there's no surviving work of it, really.
Yes, and it was revived in the 90s and nothing survives of that revival, which is sad. All right, are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right. This duo got their start on the vaudeville circuit performing in blackface before starring in Dahomey. Was it the Nicholas Brothers, Aldridge and Hewlett, Williams and Walker, or Strunk and White? And there's a picture for you.
I feel like it was Williams and Walker.
Feel like it was Williams and Walker? You felt correctly. Good job. I almost made a joke that would have been inappropriate, but I am being good. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. You have the highest answer streak of 3.
I'm on fire.
You're on fire, babe. All right. Which black woman playwright published the first play by a black woman? Was it Ruth Ada Gaines Shelton, Angelina Weld Grimke, Lena Horne, or Mary P. Burrill?
I feel like Angelina Grimke is the one that I was mistaking for the other person.
Mm-hmm.
Which black woman playwright published the first play by a black woman?
Yes.
Ruth Ada Gaines wrote that other one,
Mm-hmm.
and so it must be Angela who published it.
Good job. Yep, it was Angelina Weld Grimke with Rachel.
Oh yeah, Rachel.
Yes.
Ugh,
All right, are you ready for our next one?
beautiful, painful show.
Oh my gosh, I still think about that show.
I do too. I still think about a lot of the stuff you've shared with me.
Whew, it's heavy, man.
Yeah. Anyway.
That's why we're doing a fun quiz at the end of all of this. All right, are you ready?
Yes.
So, Star of Ethiopia was written by which black author? Was it W.E.B. Du Bois, William Wells Brown, William Alexander Brown, or Langston Hughes?
Dang it. Okay.
We've got an awesome picture of the dude.
Yeah, doesn't help. I really feel like it was Du Bois.
You feel like it was Du Bois?
I feel like it was Du Bois, and I don't know if I'm wrong, so I'm trying to think of... Yeah, I think it was Du Bois.
Good job, it was indeed W.E.B. Du Bois, writing Star of Ethiopia.
It was my boy Du Bois.
It was your boy Du Bois. My boy, too. All right. You've broken the 10,000 barrier. How do you feel?
Anxious.
Anxious?
Anxious.
Yeah. Your answer streak is now 5.
Yes, it is. I feel like in any other context, I would not be doing this well.
Well, you are doing well in this test, which is the only test that matters. You heard it here first, folks. All right, are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
All right. So, this form of dance originated as a satirical plantation dance mimicking the white plantation owners.
I know the answer
Was it
for
the
this
Charleston, the Cabbage Patch, the Lindy Hop, or the Cakewalk?
one. It was the cakewalk.
Yes, it was. It was indeed the Cakewalk, and we got to see a cakewalk with the last show that we reviewed.
We did with Stormy Weather.
On a literal cake.
Yep, on a big cake. I don't think on a literal cake. On a cake.
On a cake stage.
Cake
How does
stage.
that sound?
That's better. If it was a cakewalk on a literal cake, it would have been a little messy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, then it would be more Singing in the Rain territory, and we've already established that Stormy Weather is better than Singing in the Rain,
And
so...
likely inspired it, even though...
Yep, even though they'll never say that.
They'll never admit it.
They'll never admit it. All right, are you ready?
Yep, look at me with an answer streak of 6.
Go, Warren. All right. Which absolute bamf is one of the founders of the NAACP? Is it W.E.B. Du Bois, Langston Hughes, Lena Horne, or Bill Bojangles Robinson? This picture does not have any of them in it.
I think it's Langston Hughes because I feel like he was the one that... Well, shoot. I'm gonna go with my first instinct, which was Langston Hughes. And I was wrong. It was my boy Du Bois.
Yep, W.E.B. Du Bois was one of the founders of the NAACP, and in fact was the one who suggested it be the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Still, you're at 11,623.
I felt like you were about to say still you're in the lead.
No, I was going to say still over the 10,000 mark, and then it's like, well, you're way over it now.
I was like, well, I can't go down for losing points.
All right. Which musical features James Baskett? Was it Stormy Weather, Harlem is Heaven, Clarindy, or In Dahomey?
Harlem is Heaven, I think.
Good job. And that was a nice early James Baskett musical there. 12,565. Good job. All right, are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Are you enjoying this quiz so far?
This is the actual question, listeners.
Yes? I mean, really, this was an amazing idea for an episode. Of course, or I'm pretty sure Kay is trying to transition into an intermission.
I'm gonna go with, really, this is an amazing idea for an episode.
Why, thank you, Warren. You know how to butter my bread. All right,
Giggity.
and last one, let's take
Last one, this says 17 of 38.
a brief intermission
Oh.
and thank the amazing people who support our show. You know what we really all love: mattresses, meal delivery kits, and sheets.
Beautiful, brilliant, hilarious individual. Oh my god. Okay.
Why, thank you.
Let's take a... Oh, time's up. Whoops, I didn't choose
It's
one.
all right, baby.
Well, I was gonna say, let's thank the amazing people who support our show. I was too busy laughing at my awesome wife.
I love you.
Love you.
Let's take a brief intermission for realsies, though. Hey, Warren.
Hey, Kay.
Do you know what time it is?
Is it time to thank our favorite people in the whole world?
Heck yeah! Today, we would like to thank our stage crew sponsor, Jasmine Wu.
And our producer circle sponsors, Bianucci, Reagan, and Taylor Brandt.
Thank you all so much for your support of our show.
We truly appreciate it.
Hey folks, y'all like true crime? Of course you do. You're listening to a podcast right now. Well, I highly recommend this podcast, Handcuffed. It is a true crime podcast from a black perspective. I really enjoy listening to it. They've opened my eyes to some new crimes that I had never heard of. Folks like the Grinder Killer and stuff. Totally recommend it. However, with it being true crime, I recommend it for older audiences. Younger audiences should probably skip this one. Please listen to Handcuffed on your favorite podcatcher. And now, the lights are going down and the music's starting back up, so let's head back to the second act of our show. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready to keep going?
Yes.
I guess. I'm scared. I mean, we kinda have to. Kay, stop stalling.
We kind of have to.
Good answer. Alright. So, CRIGWA is an acronym for what?
Crigwalls.
Coalition Rising Ignamously Without Animosity, Crisis Guild of Writers and Artists, Crisis Grieving Widows Association, or Kay really is pulling my leg, why are they mean?
Crigwa, I know that was the one that I was like, oh, that sounds like a Gazoon type thing. Coalition Rising. I feel like it's Crisis Guild of Writers and Artists.
Good job! Yes, it is, and oddly enough, CRIGWA is KRIGWA, which...
Yeah,
it's a weird acronym.
At first I thought you were messing with me when I was looking at it, like, but none of those start with K. Except for K, who's messing with me.
I'm glad that your instincts won out.
You know, I'm seeing why you were such a popular teacher with this test. I was like, yeah. That's why all your students loved you.
Why, thank you. All right, baby. Are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
This black theater pioneer was born in the West Indies and worked as a ship steward. Was it William Wells Brown, W.E.B. Du Bois, William Alexander Brown, or Will Marion Cook?
This one I'm gonna flub, I know. Was born in the West Indies. Worked as a ship steward. I don't think it was Du Bois. I don't think it was Will Marion Cook. I
30 seconds.
I think I'm gonna go, because it's all guessing on this one. I think it's William Wells Brown.
It was actually William Alexander Brown, who in 1816 retired and started the first black theater.
They have 2/3 of the same name, so
They do.
I should
They
get
do.
I should get 2/3 of a point.
Oh, one of the racist jerk faces who led to the demise of the African Grove Theater was which man?
Oh crap!
P.T. Barnum, Stephen Price, Charles Dickens, or Thomas Dartmouth Daddy Rice?
I remember you talking about that because he was the one that was sending people to go cause trouble at the theater. But I don't remember his name because I don't want to remember racist. But I'm going to go with Stephen Price.
Good job. It was indeed Stephen Price, who was manager of the Park Theater at the time. That was next door.
Screw that guy. I'll spit on his grave.
Racist jerk face. All right. You are at 16,166. How are you feeling so far? Is it treating you well?
I'm feeling better. I'm feeling like as long as I'm quizzed in a multiple choice scenario where there's at least one joke answer and I have 4 guaranteed victories. Yeah, I feel pretty good.
All right.
As long as my wife writes all of the tests.
See, I never actually got to host the Cahoots when I was teaching, but I did write little quizzes for reading classes and little crosswords and things. But Cahoots are always one of my favorite things to work with, so I'm glad that they have this family and friends one. All right. Master Juba is described in which Charles Dickens work? Is it American Notes, David Copperfield, A Tale of Two Cities, or A Christmas Carol?
I do not remember this at all. Whoa, no way it could be A Christmas Carol. I don't even remember American Notes. A Tale of Two Cities, David Copperfield. I'm gonna go with American Notes because I didn't even know, I don't remember hearing about that one, so maybe...
It was indeed American Notes.
And I'm like, Master Juba was an American, so maybe American Notes.
And that's where that ridiculous description of his dancing comes in.
Oh, so that was
I
Dickens?
believe that one was Dickens that I read. I'm trying to remember now.
I do remember more of the specifics of you reading that description.
Yeah.
Talk about how he was leaping about and...
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready?
Yes.
So, this was the first published play written by a black author. Was it the drama of King Shotaway, The Black Doctor, Escape or Leap for Freedom, or Clorinda?
I think it was the drama of King Shotaway. Or the first. Oh, no. The first...
While drama of King Shotaway was the first one written, it was never published.
Okay.
Escape or A Leap for Freedom, however, by William Wells Brown, was indeed the first black play that was ever published, and is why we still have it.
Gotcha.
I will forever be bitter about drama of King Shotaway.
That's what I get for not reading the full answer.
You're fine, babe. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Harlem is Heaven cost how much money and took how long to film? Was it $5,000 and a fortnight? Was it $3,000 and a month? $3,000 and a week? Or $5,000 and a year? We're just ignoring what I just did.
Now, I don't think any of these are right. I swear you said it cost $50,000. Unless you were incorrect when you read your notes previously.
Let me check.
But I know, because I know it was $50,000 in a week is what I remember you saying.
Yep, I typed the question wrong. So put 50,000
and a week, so I'm gonna go with green.
Yep, you are right.
But also, let's talk about for a moment what you just did. What is the $5,000 in a Fortnite dab? Because Fortnite the game dabbing, or
yeah,
Bad K. I don't even play Fortnite.
Well, because I'm not gonna Fortnite dance on the bed, so I'm just gonna dab.
I think you've done like 3 dabs. I think if you do any more, you're gonna knock your computer off your lap and break it. So.
Yeah. That's fair. But yeah, so I'm glad though that you caught that so that I can fix this question.
So was it 50,000 or was it 5,000?
Let me
Because
check.
when you had said 50,000 initially, I was like, that sounds like a lot for 1930s money. Like 5,000, I would believe more because of the cost of inflation.
Let me check. Where are you at? Let's see. It earned 4,000.
See, when you were saying that it cost 50,000, it earned 4,000. I was like, man, they lost some serious money. But costing 5,000 and making 4,000.
I think it was 5, and I must have read a note wrong somewhere.
Okay, we'll just err with that, and if we want to do anyway.
No worries.
Okay,
I will double check that. All right. Are you ready?
I just have a hard enough time as it is, so I want to make sure I have my bits right.
All right. Are you ready for the next one?
I think so. Warren the Uku is at 17,712.
All right.
Uku
James Baskett played which character in Harlem is Heaven? Chummy Walker, Spider Mason, Remus A. Money Johnson, or Nobbs Moran?
Was Nobbs Moran a real character?
Yes.
I totally missed Nobbs. I would have had a joke about Nobbs Moran. But he was, Money Johnson is who he was.
Yes, he was. All right. Yeah, when I was going through writing this question, I went, oh my gosh, that's right. One of the guys was named Nobbs Moran, and I never made a joke about it.
Oh, I would have jumped on that if I had realized.
You would have...
I would have jumped on that knob and made a joke. I would have grabbed that knob, turned it, and opened the door into comedy gold.
Oh boy.
You're gonna have to edit that one.
Yes, I am. I peaked bad. Alright, are you ready for the next one?
Hit me with it.
Hit me with your next question.
Who created the first all-black burlesque show? Was it Dora Dean, Richard Humor, Sam T. Jack, or Matilda Cicerette?
Because I know one of those is a joke name, so I don't know if any of the others are. I want to go with Dora Dean or Matilda because I thought that the first burlesque was created by a woman.
The first black burlesque show. Also 27 seconds.
I'm going to go with Matilda.
It was actually Sam T. Jack with Sam T. Jack's Creole Show.
Yeah.
But Matilda Cicerette did host a burlesque show, and she had her vaudeville show that was Black Patty's Troubadours.
That's true. Black Patty.
Yep. All right, are you ready for the next one?
White Warren is ready.
Jesus. What was Will Marion Cook's first show? Was it Clorinda, The Origin of the Cakewalk, The Cannibal King, In Dahomey, or The Southerners?
Oh. My brain is saying it's The Cannibal King, and my brain is wrong. And what sucks is that my initial thought was that one, and then...
Was Clorinda?
Yeah.
Yep, his first one was Clorinda, Origin of the Cakewalk, and that's the one that was held after another show up in the roof garden, and everyone came upstairs and was like, this is amazing! So it's that one. But all of the other ones are ones that he wrote. So, yeah.
That's why.
That is why. Are you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Which person that we touched on this year performed in Whiteface? Was it Ira Aldridge, Burt Williams, Bilbo Jangles Robinson, or Bob Cole? And we only touched on this a little bit, so...
Yeah, and that's why I thought it was Ira Aldridge. Bill Bojangles, Rob. Because I'm trying to remember. Because is this the one that you talked about that they played in Irish? That they did whiteface played Irish people?
No, this would be during the vaudeville era in America, so post Reconstruction. 25 seconds.
I'm gonna go with Burt Williams. Nope.
It was Bob Cole. Bob Cole performed as the Flim Flammer, who was a white hobo character.
That's right.
And then he would perform opposite another black actor who was in blackface and who was the more
straight
upstanding
man.
of the two. All right. Burt Williams, however, did perform in blackface. All right, and let's do our next one. Our next one, these are getting a little harder. So which movie did the NAACP put out a call for playwrights in response to? Birth of a Nation, Intolerance, Greed, or City Lights?
Birth of a Nation.
Because screw that movie.
I was just about to say, screw that racist movie.
Yep. Intolerance was written by the same guy, and it was actually, it was his so much for the tolerant left type response to people being mad at Birth of a Nation. So, yeah, screw that movie. And then City Lights was, I believe, a Charlie Chaplin film, and then Greed is the one that I had to sit through in college that's like 4 hours long, and I hate it.
I thought you said it was like 8 hours long.
The full cut is 8 hours. But thankfully they didn't do that to us. All right. Are you ready for the next one?
See.
You're almost at 20,000. Which play did H.G. Wells respond to in support of black people? Was it Mulatto, Rachel, Escape or a Leap for Freedom, or The Black Doctor?
I'm pretty sure it was Rachel.
Yep, it was indeed Rachel, where he wrote to Angelina Weld Grimke telling her that he felt some pain for the plight of black people. So, H.G. Wells doing a good thing. All right. Let's see. Oh, you broke the 20,000 barrier.
Whoop whoop.
All right. Which was not an example of the tragic mulatto trope? This one will be harder. Was it Mulatto, Imitation of Life, Slavery's Pleasant Homes, or Don't You Want to Be Free?
Yeah, this one's gonna be all guessing.
All of these...
Don't you want to be...
It was Don't You Want to Be Free. While all of these were mentioned in the same episode, Don't You Want to Be Free was just an example of Langston Hughes' writing. Whereas Mulatto was the actual play that Langston Hughes wrote with the tragic mulatto trope. Imitation of Life is a movie that I would prefer we not have to cover, but we might someday, and Slavery's Pleasant Homes was one of the originators of the trope. From that one abolitionist, Lydia Child. Alright. You have another streak. Good job, and over 21,000.
Woo!
Go, Warren.
Go, Unku.
Alright, which dancer performed with split-toed shoes? Was it Bill Bojangles Robinson, Master Juba, James Baskett, or Cab Calloway?
Good old Bojangles.
Yep, Bojangles. Alright, that one was kind of an easier one.
That was an easier one, but that's okay.
That is fine. I figured that you might get that one, but I was like, I'll throw in Master Juba just to see. But you were paying attention. You're too quick for me. All right. Ready for the next one?
Hit me.
We're almost to the end. Which singer performed I Lost My Sugar in Salt Lake City in stormy weather? Was it Mae E. Johnson, Katherine Dunham, Lena Horne, or Ada Brown?
Mae E. Johnson, because
Yes, it was.
actually had to write her name down because I made some jokes about that song.
Yes, it was. That's a song that I need to learn to sing proper, and maybe next time that someone says, hey, go out to Tahoe and sing for a bunch of rich folks for free.
Yeah, exactly. Sing for a charity event. And while you're there, get an infection in your eye that requires you to have an out-of-network hospital visit, and Get antibiotics.
And make it so you can never wear contacts again. Stupid cornea ulcer. Alright. Are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay. We're at 24,285 points. Go Warren. So, who spilled the business beans in Harlem is Heaven? Was it Greta, Spider Mason, Jean, or Chummy Walker?
Spilled the business beans. It was Chummy because he got arrested and then he spilled the beans to Jean.
It was Greta. Yeah, Greta was the one who spilled the business beans after Jean
beat her butt.
Yep.
See, I feel like that question's... Well, okay. No, okay, that's fair.
Yep. It was framed a little bit harder, but Greta was indeed the one that...
She set me up for failure, you
No,
guys.
I didn't. Greta was the one that you said spilled the business beans.
This test is rigged! You're using my own words against me! I can't be trusted to remember what I wrote last episode.
All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
All right.
Oh my gosh, the spike on there.
Which stormy weather actor appeared in the Blues Brothers? Was it Cab Calloway, Fats Waller, Bilbo Jangles Robinson, or Dooley Wilson?
See, and I remember you talking about this.
I was about to give you a clue, but I don't know if you would...
No, don't.
Okay.
I know it's not Bojangles. It's one of the other three.
30 seconds.
I'm gonna say Cab.
Good job. It was Cab Calloway performing Minnie the Moocher.
I thought about saying that it was Dooley Wilson, but then I was like, I don't remember hearing about him. I remember hearing about Cab and Fats, but I don't think it was Fats.
Yep, that was Cab Calloway. All right. Almost over. 24,994. 36 of 38. Who was not a character in Church Play? Was it Parson Procrastinator, Take It Back, Two-Face, or Busybody?
I know Parson Procrastinator was one. I think Take It Back was one. And see, Take It Back, because dang it. I think Busybody was one, and I can't remember if Two-Face and Take It Back. Let's see.
26.
Take It Back. Two-Face. I want to say Two-Face wasn't.
It was Busybody.
It was Busybody.
Yep, Two-Face was the one who did the about face and was like,
See,
oh, I always loved the Parson.
See, and I couldn't remember if that was Take It Back. Dang it. Okay.
All right, no problem, babe. That one was a little bit harder, too, because there were so many characters to pull together.
Well, like, all of those feel like they could have fit, too. Like, Busybody feels like it would have fit perfectly in that show, too.
Yeah. Busybody, I guess, could be a stand-in for Meddler, but... All right, are you ready for the next one?
Mm-hmm.
The African Grove Theater was in existence from when to when?
Ooh.
1821 to 1826, 1816 to 1821, 1820 to 1823, or 1825 to 1847.
Don't think it was that long. It was shorter because black people aren't allowed to have nice things. I think it was, I'm going to say 1816 to 1821.
Dang it. Actually 1821 to 1826. However, I can see why you would say 1816, because that was when William Alexander Brown retired from being a ship steward and bought the house that would later become the first iteration of this.
That's so cute that you think that I chose that answer based on that bit of information. That's cute that you think that I have that good of a memory. I love you.
I love you.
I love that you believe in me.
And now, I'm glad that you love that. Now, if you had said 1820 to 1823, it wouldn't have technically been right, but it would have been close enough because he did host parties in 1820, and 1823 was when the Park Theater incident occurred. But it was still around for a couple more years after that before it got burned to the ground.
Yeah, and I knew it wasn't around that long, so I knew that 1825 to 1847 was right out.
Yeah. That would be that, if it was any longer than how it was around, I would be like, that's still okay, but because it's such a short period of time, I'm like, and how it went down, I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Not cool. Not cool.
Not cool at all.
Okay, so a little bit of a soapbox rant. They should have that area, recreate the African Grove Theater in the spot where it would have stood.
Where is it in New York?
Let's see. I actually have it written down because I had the address in case I ever wanted to attempt to find it and take a picture in front of it.
Do you say they have a memorial there or something like that?
No, they have a plaque for I don't know if they have a plaque on it's Bleecker and Mercer that it's on the corner of. I don't know if there's a plaque for it there, but they do have a plaque for the first black city in New York, or first black neighborhood in New York. But
no,
the Seneca Village,
the one they demolished.
Yeah, they do have a park for that one, or a plaque for that one, but they have a park on it. All right. So, last one's gonna be a gimme.
Okay.
Are you ready for your results? And the answers are maybe, can I retake it? I guess, or psh, I got this.
Well, I would say, can I retake it? But I feel like that compromises the integrity of the test. So, I guess.
All right, baby. So, first place, you got your whoo! And it is 25,729, 26 out of 38.
26 out of 38 is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. If we do the math on that, that's probably like a C. It's probably like a C, I think.
Still, though, did you think that you would do...
I passed.
You passed.
I passed Black History Month.
You passed Black History Month.
Right here, on Tone Deaf. A theater nerd's test for their musically challenged spouse.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. So, yeah, you passed. Did you think that you would have... were you thinking that you were going to do better, or were you thinking you were going to do...
I was thinking I would do worse.
See?
I'm mostly looking at my phone. It's calling me a hoe.
It's saying who.
But there's no W.
Like the who in Kahoot.
It says HOO.
So, that is sort of our wrap-up for Black History Month, which, looking back on it, it's been a month.
It has been a month. You have blown it out of the water. You have
Thank you.
You have researched your butt off and presented some very tough and interesting subject material. You read 3 plays all by your lonesome and did characters and everything for them.
Thank you, babe.
You did such an awesome job.
Thanks. And you were awesome too, because you gave insight to things that I'm sure a lot of people don't think about, and just, yeah, thank you for listening, and thank you for, being supportive and supporting me in this. And
I'm real good at getting mad at racists.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, things are gonna go back to normal, sort of, in March. I mean, Black History Month is not being contained to February.
No, whenever you want to do something. Because you are the captain that steers the ship, and I am your trusty first mate.
Ah, aye.
Aye, aye.
So, we will be continuing Black History Month next week. However, we will be back to our normal tone-deaf selves, meaning there will be swears. So
yes.
you will get to swear next week.
Thank you.
You will get to swear.
Hey.
You're welcome.
And do I get to tell our...
I think we can tell them. Yeah,
so,
just what the show is going to be.
So, since Kay does so much work around here on Tone Deaf, and we are on season 2 of Tone Deaf in this year, 2020, we are going to start visiting, or I should say revisiting, shows which I have seen. Mm-hmm. And now that I am slightly less uncultured, we're going to see if I see new things about these shows that I've seen previously, and we're going to kick it off with one of the first shows I want to say that I actually saw with you, or well, I watched it with you, The Wiz, the Broadway production of The Wiz.
Yep, it'll be the NBC Live / Broadway / stage production of it. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. It's in my top.
And spoiler alert, I remember enjoying it.
Yep, it's one of my faves, and this might lead into some more shows after that.
Just leave that hanging there.
Just leaving that hanging. So thank you guys for listening this week and this month, and for all of your support this month with our show. We've been having a blast doing this special edition. However, I think next year I'm not going to do 3 a week just because I am tired.
I'm going to try and convince Kay to only do 1 a week like we normally do, but I have a feeling Kay's going to probably want to do 2 a week. So we'll see. Kay's just going to be like, 3 was too much, but 2, I think I can do double duty.
I mean, like we said in the episode for patrons, this is coming from someone who, like me saying, 3 a week was hard, but maybe I'll do 2 a week. I was, in rehearsal for one show, production for another, closing another, all at the same time, while going through a surgery. So
yes.
I do not know the meaning of restraint.
When it comes to things you love.
Yes, when it comes to things I love.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us this whole month, and I want to give a big round of applause to Kay.
Aw, thank you, babe.
Big round of applause to Kay for all the hard work that they did.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to reach out to Kay or I, you can find links to our email as well as our social media places at our home base, which is tonedeafmusical.com. We also have a link to our channel in the Cast Junkie Discord server. It's a great community full of awesome podcasters, and we have our own little slice of it there. It is not safe for work because of me and
and our occasional guest, Richard Humor. Well, rest in peace, Richard Humor, but
rest in peace, Big Rick. So yes, if you want to stop in and say hi, please feel free to. Follow us on Twitter and all those things, and Tone Deaf Musical. And
if you want to go above and beyond, you can join our Patreon or our Coffee. I said it right the first time! Yay! All right. But yeah, you can join our Patreon or our Coffee. Both of those are Tone Deaf Musical. If you can't support monetarily, that is fine. Just be sure to share this with your friends, share it with your family, leave us a review on Podchaser or Apple Podcasts, the little purple icon. Those help out. But thank you all again so much. It warms me, it warms the cockles of my heart. That's a shell, Warren. It warms the cockles of my heart to see that you guys have been enjoying this month, so with that being said, that'll be it for today. I'm Kay.
I'm Warren.
And this has been Tone Deaf.